Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. Today I just thought I'd do something brief on one of the only things we're kind of meant to be working toward here as we approach the end of the season, although we still have just over 2 months left to go until Witch Queen gets, well, maybe about 2 months. And we're supposed to be doing Moments of Triumph here. Usually this is paired with the summer event, Solstice of Heroes, and you're kind of doing all of that at the same time, but this time it's standing alone by itself and is really kind of the only thing to be working toward other than grinding for Dares of Eternity stuff. This is not really that hard of a title to get. As you can see, I don't have it yet, but this is only because I really just started to work toward it now. A lot of this stuff will be kind of filled in ahead of time, like as in you've completed it in the last year. Some stuff is only live kind of as of the launch of this, so you have to kind of go back and pick and choose which of the 28 out of 30 triumphs you're going to do. You get to skip to, and that will vary depending on what your kind of interests are in the game. If you don't want to do raids, you can skip 2 of the raids, but you would still have to do the dungeon. If you don't want to do trials, you can skip that one, but we'll just go through these. So all of these are just like, do enough triumphs to earn a thing. You earn an Elegant Guard Ghost Shell, you earn a t-shirt from the store that you can get for free now, and then you earn a Sparrow. The Sparrow's actually kind of cool. I think I have it on my Titan right now. This is just getting a Triumph score, which, I mean, that's pretty low and not that hard to achieve. Most of this you'll find is like, have you been keeping up with this year of content? And if so, you will have completed probably the vast majority of these already. You just have to kind of, most of these are just like, have you made your way through these seasonal missions? So we'll just, Bolt of Glass to start with is its own thing. It is part of the free-to-play package now. Yeah, it launched a while ago at this point. Was that Splicer, I think? I think it was Splicer. Anyway, people are still running it a good amount now because everyone is still trying to hunt back Mythic Class. I saw Dustin is like at 42 tries or something. It is certainly, I think, one of the easiest raids to learn. Atheon stuff might be a little tricky for some people, but if you're kind of scared of raids, I do not think this is a big deal for you to find an LFG group to kind of take you through it. This is starting to get into kind of the Season of the Chosen stuff. Crypt is the one where you... wait, that's... Actually, wait, do I even know what that one is? Okay, this is either the intro mission to Season of the Hunt, or it is the final mission, Season of the Hunt. I think it's the final one. So you're going up against the thing that allegedly killed Sagira and took away Osiris's light. It is what I would argue is the only good hunt in the entire season, because it is actually somewhat long, and you go through the entire Dreaming City. Very easy to solo. That is not something that requires a group at all. Season of the Chosen just wants you to do a bunch of story quests for that season. All of these will remain live up until 2 months from now. And they used to be doled out week to week, but now you can just kind of do them all in a row because there's no more time gating. Walk the True Path, same thing with Season of the Splicer quests. You can just, most of these are just like run a seasonal activity and talk to some people. And like that's more or less all they involve. Same thing for Seeker of the Lost. Very similar in that regard. And now we get into the ones that I haven't quite done yet. This is just rack up 300 kills with one of the seasonal weapons, ritual weapons from this past year. That would be Adore, the Sniper, Salvager Salvo, the Grenade Launcher, Null Composure, the Fusion Rifle, or Ascendancy, the Rocket Launcher. This is just sort of like a pick your favorite thing. Salvager Salvo is probably the best option here for kind of bursting big groups of enemies and strikes with chain reaction. I'm doing Null Composure just because I just did Salvager Salvo for all of the Gambit part of this challenge, which is next. And at the same time, you're running either any of those 3. You can also be running Ascendancy as your rocket launcher at the same time, even though Ascendancy is not exactly a mob-killing weapon per se as a rocket. It's more for boss DPS. It does have chain reaction as one of the options, so you can put that on and spam some kills in big groups of enemies too, and that will work out just fine. Gambit, as I said, I did Salvager Salvo for this. It took a good amount of time. I would say at least probably 10 Gambit matches, at least, of just using pretty much nothing but Salvager Salvo. Again, it is good for kind of chain reaction explosions, but enemies are tougher in Gambit, so it is kind of harder to kill things there necessarily than in just the strike playlist, so you might be better off with Null Composure here for more consistent kills. I mean, Adored, I don't know if you get extra credit for sniping or sniping as an invader through Adored. I didn't really check on that. This is just a percent progress thing, and it went up pretty slowly. So this one did take a while and require a lot of Gambit. I ended up gilding Gambit while doing this, and then at the same time I was running Gambit transmog bounties because you'll just kind of complete all of those as you play. Crucible, I have not started this. I may end up doing this one. I'm not sure yet. I probably will. We'll see. This just depends on your style. I can't snipe. I can't hit things with breach grenade launchers, so I'm going to use Null Composure for this. And then I guess periodically blow things up with Ascendancy. It's only 50 people, so I don't think that's that big of a deal. And these are special weapons, so you're not going to share kills as often as you would with a primary, I think. This is Trials wins. Okay, keep in mind this is win rounds in Trials of Osiris. This is rounds, not full games. As far as I can tell, it's just rounds. That's what it says, and rounds are just like you won a round out of however many you play in a game. Games can go to, 9 rounds? So this is not... I know everyone can be scared of Trials. If Trials is matchmaking now, you are bound to just kind of stumble ass backwards into some Trials rounds wins. You'll probably accidentally throw a grenade once and kill an entire team. So I don't think this is as intimidating as it was in past years. I think this used to be Trials wins, and then Trials used to not have matchmaking, blah, blah, blah. So this was harder than this used to be harder than it is now. I will probably do this. I have played Trials earlier in the season. I just haven't played it since this has gone live. Ordeal, Nightfall Strikes, you can do these at any difficulty. You'll just get less progress for lower tier. I'm guessing if you do a GM, it'll just auto-complete this whole thing. I was just running the match-made ones. I did, I don't know, I want to say 4 or 5 to get this done. I was just farming other bounties at the time. Complete bounties. This whole game is made up of bounties. There's a never-ending supply of bounties. The easiest ones to kind of just constantly have running are from Banshee because they're just weapon kills with various weapons or elemental types, and they don't require a specific activity. But as you're doing all this other stuff, just take bounties and it'll be fine. Final boss is Dares of Eternity. Yeah, you could say I've done that. So this is just Dares of Eternity runs, which is 20. Obviously not that big of a deal if you're grinding this for any amount of time. Star Horse bounties, again, can be run just at the same time, and I think I completed the bounties before I did the final bosses. It's not that hard to do these. These reset daily across characters, so you can do it's pretty much, if you could just go in and spam Gallarhorn and you will auto-complete any daily bounty, because it counts both multi-kills and it'll say pulse rifle kills or sniper kills, but you'll get enough multi-kills with Gallarhorn where it won't even matter. So that's my advice. So there's Chosen. This one's a little weird, and it's been tripping some people out. So first you have to get a lightning round, which is not great in the first place because they are pretty rare in the normal difficulty. They're more common in Legend, but once you do get a lightning round, you then have to find Xur's Chosen, which is a specific yellow bar. I believe what we came up with is the way to spawn him is there will be a bunch of blights that you can damage that will slowly descend at various parts in the room. If you kill at least some of those, it will spawn Xur's Chosen, and then you just have to find where he is. He'll be kind of a glowing yellow bar. Seek it out, get some damage on him, and get it done. I ended up doing this probably by accident. Lost Sector, I haven't done any Lost Sectors since the beginning of the season. I usually just run Lost Sectors right at the beginning, and then I get the 3 new armor drops, which is what they usually are. Master is harder. I don't remember what light level Master is. I think it's 1340 or something, but I would say having Arbalest now as an anti-barrier weapon has dramatically improved the fortune of soloing pretty much anything with champions. So that is a big help here. It is also Overload Bow season. I remember getting through many a Lost Sector with La Monarch and spamming Overload there. So I don't know. I'll probably end up doing this at some point. This is just on a rotation, so you have to be keeping track of the daily rotations of which masters and which thing, and I just haven't even bothered looking at it yet. This is just pretty much beating Beyond Light, the expansion, and killing Aramis, freezing Aramis, collecting Stasis aspects and fragments. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I ran into a situation where I realized I didn't get 2 fragments from Season of the Splicer that they introduced that I just never even knew showed up. So I just finished that yesterday. But you only need 6 fragments, and there's 10 10, 12 fragments now, so you don't even need all of them. This is just some of them. I think they have this so you can do them just on one character. I think there's 4 aspects and 4 aspects per class. Empire hunts, yeah. So I started doing these again. I have not run these since Beyond Light because there's no real reason to. I like almost forgot how to even do these. I'm like, do I talk to Varix? And there's 2 ways. There's one where you like go through Varix and you do like a little mini quest with like a public event thing, and then you get assigned one, or there's just one that's on a weekly rotation that is just match made. There's difficulties that are match made and the difficulties that are higher that are not match made. You get more progress on those, and yet I don't know if I would bother LFGing for a master level Empire hunt at this point. I've just been running the match made ones, and it's been, I think it's 15% per run. These do have champions in them, but the rewards are so bad you don't have to worry about killing all the champions. You can run past a lot of stuff. These are just shorter strikes essentially, and that match made difficulties are not very hard. Another raid. Again, I think Deep Stone Crypt is one of the best raids they've done, at least. And it's certainly, I think, one of my favorite aesthetics for a raid they've done in terms of both the armor and the weapons. It might be a little harder to LFG for this these days, but people definitely still run it. It's still a very fun raid. People still don't have Eyes of Tomorrow. I never got Eyes of Tomorrow. I just kind of gave up on it. And then we move on to some exotic quests. Let Loose Thy Talents. This is the Hawkmoon quest. Probably the only good part of Season of the Hunt, which involves kind of 2 longer story missions. One, were they both in the EDZ? I think they were both in the EDZ. And then that culminates in Harbinger, the exotic mission you can run. I think it still gives a pinnacle. You can run that to farm different roles on Hawkmoon. This is Dead Man's Tale for Presage. Probably one of the best missions they've ever done. This is the Haunted Ghost Ship mission. You will probably still find people running this just because it's very fun and people want better Dead Man's roles. One of my favorite missions of all time. Definitely, triumphs aside, just do this mission. It's incredible. Aegir's Catalyst, Scepter. Wait, I don't really remember how to get the Aegir. I know I just got this recently, but I don't actually remember how to get the Catalyst. Does it drop from Astral, Legend Astral? I think it drops from Legend Astral runs. I'm going to say that. So anyway, Aegir's Scepter has become one of my favorite weapons this whole year. I think running it with Stasis builds is absurdly fun. I love the supercharge, super using aspect of it, which does crazy damage, way more damage than you would imagine. Maybe it's not optimal boss DPS strats or whatever, but it is very fun, and I love it. We are back to 30th anniversary stuff. Just get Gallarhorn, just get Forerunner. Forerunner, you don't need the Catalyst. Forerunner is level 4 rank in Xur's thing. And then Gallarhorn is its own thing, which you get by running the dungeon. It's just the tiniest of tiny quests where you complete the dungeon, then you kill some hive or something. You do something for Shahan. But so these are tied together. You have to beat Grasp of Avarice to get Gallarhorn in the first place. Very good dungeon. Lots of people are still running this all the time. Should be easy to LFG for that. And that's it. That's all 30 challenges, and you can skip whichever 2 you want. I might skip this just because I don't want to wait for the rotations. And then I'm trying to think, will it take me longer to win 7 rounds of trials or to kill 50 people in quick play with Null Composure? I feel like I'm going to do the trials wins this upcoming weekend. I think that'll be faster, but I guess we'll see. I am currently kind of alternating between running Null Composure strikes here. I haven't used it this much, honestly. And then, I don't know why I was doing something with melee kills or something. And then I am doing Empire hunts on my Hunter, I think. I don't know. There's not really a build or anything you need from that, nor any specific weapons you need. It's just kind of whatever you want. And then I will be done. And I will have that seal. Wait, I have the Vidmaster seal, which apparently I'm not using on my Warlock, but I would like to, so put that in. I don't need to go through these. These are pretty straightforward, and a lot of them overlap with all the stuff we just talked about. It's pretty much, this is the only one that's remotely difficult, is wait for the rotation to do each of the encounters on Legend. If you have been playing Legend every week, you should already have this done, but if you missed a week, you might just kind of be out of luck and wait for the luck of the draw. As far as we know, this is not going away with Witch Queen stuff. Dares of Eternity and the dungeon should be staying indefinitely. So this is not kind of an urgent thing you have to get done right away, but we don't, these days you never really know what's going to happen with Destiny removing content. So anyway, that's the seal. I will hopefully have it shortly here as one of my last objectives to complete, along with finishing the rest of the transmog bounties. I'm actually like overloaded. This is what happens when you have caps, is like I complain that there's a cap, and so now I'm like racking up currency that I can't turn in because I'm at the cap. Where is it? But like I don't want to spend it because it's like, okay, well, what if the next, what if Witch Queen brings so many sets that I want to transmog? So like I just got to start spending it on things and like not hoard it. This is like the psychology of caps and makes you hoard, which I don't like. So I'm gonna just have to start picking and choosing some options here for these classes. I've transmogged the most things on Hunter, I think. But yeah, I was waiting to do the whole dungeon set for each class. I don't have all the pieces yet, but obviously like something like that, that's dope. I'm gonna use that clearly. So yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.